Hi guys, am I online? I don't know if anyone can see me. Yeah, it's just arrived. So I'm not actually sure if TAJ the Arcade Junkie is joining us or not. He's currently not online, so I've sent him the link to this live chat, and hopefully he'll join us later on. I know he was having some issues with his phone earlier, so we'll see. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll be seeing him at some point later on in the stream. So, I suppose for now, I'm just going to go ahead with answering questions on my own. I know a couple of people asked questions on the announcement videos. Amber, I don't think, is here yet, so I will answer her question a little bit later, just in case she joins us. Thank you to the people who have joined us, and let's see. I'm going to go back into the announcement videos and see what people actually asked on here. So, hold on. It was on this video, wasn't it? The original one. Exciting news, because there's been 2 videos, haven't there? So, sorry about this. Technical issues. My computer's running very slowly. So, yeah, I think there was only one question for me on the original videos. So, and that was from Amber, who asked what my favorite Amutech ride was. So it's hard to choose. It's hard to choose a favorite Amutech ride, but I'm going to go with the Dalmatian dog Amutech ride, because that I remember that was quite an unusual generic ride when I was a kid, and I remember finding it in one of our local shopping centres and thinking it was really cute. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with my answer for favourite Amutech ride. Yeah, I know Amber's finishing off her stream, so that's what I'm saying. I've just answered a question earlier. I might have to answer it again, because the only other question was for TAJ, and as we can see, he's still not here. So there we go. So I'm just going to start working through your questions in the chat now, and yeah, go from there, and hopefully we'll have a guest at some point. So Haley Dennis asked, was there any Letterland kiddie rides? Well, to the best of my knowledge, no. I've not come across any yet, and I think they'd be from an era where rides are pretty much documented. So no, I'm going to say there's no Letterland kiddie rides. Ben Freeman asked, why do you have a My Little Pony plush sitting on kiddie rides? That's not going to become a regular thing. I just won that My Little Pony plush in a crane machine just before I filmed those 2 Whittaker Brothers rides. So because I hadn't filmed my friend winning the pony from the crane machine, I wanted to celebrate winning the first proper prize from a crane machine by filming her on a couple of rides. Callum asked, did you find out when the Astrojet ride was released? I haven't had a chance to actually look into that yet. I know it's late 1980s, but I haven't found the actual release year. Nostalgia music lover Harry, looking forward to this live. I'm pretty much here already. Yes, I can see you're here. Hi, Harry. Can't think of any questions to ask. Well, you can always think of questions later on in the chat, can't you? I think we've had too many questions and answer sessions with me, which was why we're hopefully having a guest today, but we'll see, as I've said about 3 times already. Do I like the Amutech Fimbles kiddie ride? Ben Freeman asked. Yes, I do. I think it's an unusual design, I mean, I was too old to ride on the Fimbles ride by the time it was released, but yeah, I did like the Fimbles ride when I saw it in hang on. We have a message from Simon, TAJ the Arcade Junkie. he's having trouble connecting. So hopefully he'll be here in a few minutes. So I'm just gonna have to keep tabs on that. And unfortunately, I'm asking all the questions without him. So we'll see. You guys may have to ask a whole new set of questions for him if and when he does finally arrive. So yeah, do I like the Thimbles Kiddie ride? Yes, I do. I've not seen that many of them, but when I actually took a closer look at it when I was filming it in Blackpool, I did really like it. Adam asked, what's my favourite kiddie ride memory? Oh, that's hard because I've got a lot of kiddie ride memories. I think my favourite kiddie ride memory is the first time I went to Bognor Pier, and they had all these rare vintage rides, and yeah, so they just had all these rare vintage rides that I'd never seen before, and it was just fun walking around and seeing all these different rides. And obviously that's where my 2 horse kiddie rides that I eventually ended up with, that's where they came from, because I remember them that day back in 1996, a million years ago. But I think what I liked about Bognor Pier was they had all these vintage rides, but they were kind of still painted in the old style. So it was like walking into a time capsule, really, and seeing how kiddie rides used to be before my childhood. So then I've got a lot of hellos. Hello, Richard. Hi, Callum. Hey, Harry. Hi, Not a Spartan, who I still can't get used to your new name, but I know who you are. Ben asked, how am I? And I should have been wearing a dress. Well, you know, I know, but yet you can't see my dress anyway, you know. For all you know, this is a dress. And it's not, it's a t-shirt, but yeah. I'm very well, thanks. So how are all of you? Amber's still finishing off her stream, yes. Hi, Dana Green. I'm afraid I'm not used to you joining our live chat. So welcome to the live chats. If this is your first live chat, then you know, welcome to the live chat. Hold on. Can I record the Amutech Tweety Kiddie ride? I have actually recorded one, so there is one coming up, and it will probably be on, I think, the end of January, that kind of time. So, what's the situation with the Tugs Kiddie ride? Oh my! Now I've forgotten the story of that. So it was made by Whittaker Brothers in, I think, the late 1980s or 1990, thereabouts. It's quite rare. I only ever saw one of them, which was in Bridlington in the late 90s, still around. I don't think it was very popular. The idea was that they were going to release a whole range of Tugs Kiddie rides, and yeah, unfortunately, it seems the first Tugs Kiddie ride didn't do too well. So sadly, the rest of the range never came to exist. So that's kind of the case with that. I'm hoping there's still some examples of the Tugs Kiddie ride left out there. But yeah. Ben asked if TAJ was late. Well, quite obviously he's late because we're now at 11 minutes past and he's still not been able to connect. So I'm actually going to write to him and just see what the situation is. Are you still having problems? Your fans are waiting for you. That should give him a big head, shouldn't it? I don't know. Well, I've written to him and yeah, I tried to text him. I tried to text him the link to the live stream and it didn't even go through. So there's something wrong with his phone. I don't know. Oh, yes, Not a Spartan. What about your question? Well, it was because it was addressed to TAJ. That was the only reason I ignored it, because he's not here yet. So I don't know. Maybe I can email him the question and see if he'll answer it that way. I don't know. I personally am not aware of him working on any Northern Leisure rides, but obviously I'm not him myself, so I don't necessarily know everything that he's ever worked on. I think mainly he works on smaller, you know, like the generic rides that I adore and most other people ignore. But hang on a minute, that was the only question you asked, wasn't it? Sorry, this is completely being done on the fly because this is not what I expected this live chat to be. So hopefully it will settle into a routine in a minute where it will look a bit more professional. Yes, have you worked on any Northern Leisure rides? Well, I can text him and ask him, but I've got a horrible feeling he's not. Oh, you asked a question on the community post. Hang on a minute. Sorry, I'm completely out of it. I didn't realise that anyone had. When I last checked, there was nothing there. So, oh, view channel. This is embarrassing, isn't it? Community. No, there's nothing showing up on there. So, I don't know. I've just got 2 likes showing up on there. Perhaps I've got glitches on my YouTube as well. This is turning into a nightmare, isn't it? Calamas, did TAJ have a RGM Skyrider? Well, yes, he did. Oh, hang on. I think we're connecting. Let's see.
I can see you. I've got you.
Can you guys connect? Oh, this is. Hang on.
Is it working?
I'm getting loads of feedback from my own voice.
That's not good. That's not good. Sorry, I'm late. You wouldn't let me connect. I finally got it sorted. It's yeah. I think it's Signal and just for link as well. I'm connected.
Oh, I think we're connected.
We're good. We're okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see you and I can hear you. So that's.
So now I need to go back through the questions and ask your question. Ask the questions addressed to you.
Go right away.
Yeah, so Not a Spartan asked if you've ever worked on any Northern Leisure kiddie rides.
Yes, I have, yeah. Mainly just the most popular Postman Pat. To be fair, yeah, Postman Pat and what else have I worked on as well? Sort of thing. Oh, Tractor Tom as well. A couple of Tractor Toms I've repaired. Well, I say repaired. Refurbished the actual toy and sent the board off to Richard Pike because, as you know, with Northern Leisure ones, it's not easy. There's only one man that seems to be able to fix Northern Leisure stuff, and that's Richard Pike. He's I think his middle name's OMC. He's the only person, pretty much the only person in the country that can fix OMC boards straight away, no messing about. Otherwise, it's a very difficult and long process to get them fixed. So yeah, Richard Pike, he's the man for that. So yeah, but yeah, I've worked on Tractor Tom, refurbished Tractor Tom, and I think I also rebuilt one with a general timer and sold it on. And then Postman Pat wise, we've had fixed numerous Postman Pats with the original timer, but obviously also done the ones on like you see on the YouTube video where I've took the timer out, changed it all around and done bits and bobs with it. Just mixed it about a little bit and just put sort of car timers and things in it just to get it working. Again, sometimes it's more feasible to just to get the ride working and do something with it rather than pay hundreds of pounds to get the board fixed. Even though I know also that's not what people want. People want Postman Pat to pay Postman Pat, but sometimes it's not always that easy. So. Yeah, well.
Some of the younger fans get very upset, don't they, by the new timers? But I think it's better that you get the ride working and back out, extend its life rather than let it go to scrap.
Exactly, and not just that either get scrapped or get turned into a what is it? A battery operated they keep putting these motorbikes. What are they called? Little scooter, mobile scooter.
Smallest car in the world, yes.
Mobile scooters, yeah, that's a big thing. Either that or obviously on a juvenile fairground ride, which nobody wants to see. The whole, with me and you, Desiree, the whole thing is obviously trying to save and you know, find as much out as we can, and obviously save and keep the history of these things alive and keep it going rather than, you know, let things happen to them. So yeah, I'm a big saver. Try my best.
So what else have we got on here? Ben Freeman asked, do we like carousel kiddie rides? Well, me personally, yes, I like carousel kiddie rides. I like all kiddie rides, but the older the better with me.
Yeah, me to be fair, probably about the same. I mean, I've not actually had anything to do with these ride on entertainment ones. I've never actually had one, worked on one, fixed one. Carousel kiddie rides to me are obviously the newer Jolly Roger ones, the odd bits that obviously Northern Leisure have done, and then obviously I've had a lot to do with the old Whittaker Brothers ones, which is the Toy Town scooter rounds and things like that. They, again, to me, obviously when I was a kid, they were like, wow, you know, nice and fast, not too slow, nice and fast, or as fast as they could be, and just yeah. Again, I can't remember all the sounds they made, but I know obviously, yeah, they sort of captured my imagination as a kid. Definitely love those. But yeah, worked on those. Still got one that I've not yet sold that I've still got, and I will upload a video very soon. I've got a Big Top Circus, Whittaker Brothers Big Top Circus. I will try and put the video on for that this week. I will try and get out there and film it. Just the weather's gone. Yeah, horribly wrong down where we live, so it's not easy. But yeah, I will try and get that on as soon as I can.
So then Ben Freeman asked which Thomas the Tank Engine kiddie ride was their favourite. Well, probably for me the original RG Mitchell Thomas, because that's the one I remember when I was a kid. But again,
which was the Big Thomas. Is that right? That was the Big Thomas, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, the stand-up one.
Yeah, big one. I mean, movement-wise, obviously, definitely that one, because that's the one that moves. Well, that's the one that moves the best. Again, I'm a big thing on movement, as Desiree already knows. I don't. The older Mitchell movement before they went backward and forward, the actual rocking motion of the old Mitchell rides was a lot better and a lot more. You had a bigger movement, and again, to me as a kid, and obviously even me as a fan, they look like a more exciting and a better ride to ride on, rather than the newer Jolly Roger ones, which don't move as much. And obviously the later Mitchell ones, obviously would go backward and forward. So yeah, Big Thomas, definitely. Big movement, Big Thomas, yeah, lovely.
Yeah, well, that's the only problem with the newer rides, is they move less and less with every passing year.
I do, yeah. It seems that way, don't it? It seems that way.
Richard the Voice Trumpet asked me, what do I think of his Roblox kiddie ride models? Do I think they look realistic? Yes, I do. I've been looking at them on Flickr, and I think you're really clever to make that, because I wouldn't have a clue where to start. So that's something that I've never done.
I've not seen those. If you can send me a link, if you can send me a link on my comment on YouTube and send me a link to, well, I'll look at those. I've not seen those. So yeah, again, I don't have a lot of time for you. I don't have a lot of time for the past few months, but I will try and if anyone's got anything to show me, then yeah, send me some links through and on my videos, comments or whatever, and I'll have a look, definitely. Yeah.
Calvin Jacks asked, what is the rarest kiddie ride? Well, you know, that's a bit of a, I don't know if there's actually an answer to that, because I mean there's rides that were you know, one of a kind right the way through from the 1950s to the present day, but also nowadays obviously a lot of the rides that were made in bigger numbers are completely extinct, as it were. So I don't know.
If it went from manufacturer to manufacturer, I'd probably say, well, again, it's hard with the Mitchells. It's hard to say because they bought out so many companies. But we were talking about this, weren't we, the other week? What did we say? What did we come to the conclusion of?
Well, I know even in the most, you know, the most modern times, Northern Leisure are making like one-off rides. I know there's a one-off ride at Edinburgh Zoo that Richard told me about, that I need to get up to Scotland and film that, but not going to happen in the near future.
Nearer to me than it is to you. You have to tell me where it is. I'll try. I mean, I'm up near Scotland now. I'm obviously in Cumbria, but it's
yeah. Just pop up to Edinburgh. Yeah.
A bit of a trek for you down there, isn't it? You're the other end of the country. Yeah. I can try it. Yeah. But I mean, what did you say that? What was the rarest OMC ride? What did we say that one was?
Well, there's a Moomin ride where there was only ever one made. So yeah. I've never even seen a picture of that. So
So OMC wise, that's got to be the content.
That is definitely the rarest OMC. I mean, I've got the actual production numbers for OMC, so I know at least that's one company that I know the rough history of. So
we're still saying as well, between me and Desiree, we're still saying that out of the RG Mitchell stuff, again, the astronaut wasn't rare, but we know a story of where the rest of them was buried 6 feet under. So there's not many of the astronauts left. So the video you've seen is one of 2 that we've found. We managed to find 2 astronauts in the UK that are still alive and still one piece. So I'd say that that's a pretty rare ride, to be fair. And I mean, again, a lot of the Mitchell stuff, because they cited stuff, they made a lot of things in vast numbers. So there's not that many really rare rides from like sort of the 90s. But when you go further back, like me and Desiree do, there's a lot of gems that's hard to find. I think definitely.
There's so many questions on here now. I'm not sure which ones to pick out. There's not going to be time to read everything because it's just like it's backed up. I think I'm still reading stuff from before you joined the stream. So
I say, well, give me 2 seconds. I've just got to give something to someone. I'll literally be 2 minutes, okay. And then we'll go quick fire. 1 second. Okay. Get with me.
So as you probably worked out, TAJ is still at work even at this time in the evening. So that's why it's been so hard to get him to do a live stream with us. So yeah. Hopefully he'll be back in a minute because this is the kind of conversations I have with him all the time. So in and out of the van, in and out of the van. I don't know if I should just like continue working through the questions without him and then just like go back to the ones that were specifically addressed to him. I think that's probably the best way that we can deal with this now. So just working through where were we up to? Amber just finished her nostalgia chat. Well, welcome to the chat, Amber. Where is there a Skyjet kiddie ride? I know what you're getting at there. I don't know whether there's a Skyjet kiddie ride or a Sky Rider or a space scooter anymore because they're all gone. I've got a feeling if we talk to TAJ, I think he's still got one out on site somewhere, but it's nowhere near me, so I've not been able to go and film it, sadly. So 3D Movie Maker Fan 2004-5 said hello. Well, hello 3D Movie Maker Fan 2004-5. Then Calvin asked what the rarest kiddie ride was. Amber said hi, I presume to TAJ when he joined. Jack said hello Desiree. Well, hello Jack. The Thomas and Tugs man, I'm first for your live stream. Well, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the community. Do I like the Amutech Tweenies Doodles ride? Yeah, I do. The only thing I'll say about it is it looks very similar to Clifford in its design. But I suppose there's only so many ways that you can design a sit-in dog ride. So, do I hate the Amutech trolley cart thingy? No, I don't, because I've got nice memories of that. I always thought it was a bit odd that it was kind of double-sided, so some kids were kind of riding backwards. But I suppose it was one way of cramming 4 children into one ride and making it cheaper for parents. Nostalgia Music Lover said, thanks for posting the Jazz Van ride. Brings back lots of memories. Well, you're very welcome. I need to just keep on finding rides to film because that's why I'm going to have to go down to, sadly, uploading only 2 videos a week because there's just not enough. There's not enough rides still to film still out there, sadly. But I am hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm hopefully going to be uploading some other kind of kiddie ride videos in place of the regular films of rides. So there might be like info videos. I'm thinking of doing maybe like a series about different manufacturers, you know, so there might be, I'm going to continue with that. Some of you will have seen the Kiddie Rides Through the Ages series where I did one video about each year of kiddie rides, and set it to the whatever the hit single of the year was. So it was all old-fashioned music because I'd only got that halfway through the 50s. But I'm going to go back to doing that, and then probably. I mean, the sad thing is, I haven't actually announced this to anyone because I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. But I'm not sure now if there's actually going to be a history of coin-operated rides website. I know that's a horrifying thing to say, but I'm wondering if it's actually more practical to turn it into like an info video series, because obviously then things could be added to it, whereas the website has just got so out of hand and so big that it just crashes every time I go into it because there's so many kiddie rides out there. I mean, I'm still hoping to release a website, but probably before that, there's going to be like info series on YouTube about the different manufacturers, maybe like videos about, I don't know, all the horse kiddie rides, a series of how horse kiddie rides change through the years, probably an actual video that is just called The History of Coin-Operated Ride, that will go through the history of who designed the first kiddie ride and how they came to the UK, etc. That's the kind of things I'm probably going to be moving into in 2019. I'm still going to be uploading the general videos, hopefully some more point of views, which I do alongside the actual, you know, the full view films that I do. So there'll still be 2 of them a week and potentially points of views to go with them. But there's not enough rides still around to film for a week, so that's what I'm going to be doing instead. But that has still all been under wraps because I haven't quite worked out what I'm going to do yet. But so then everyone's saying hi TAJ and asking him questions, and obviously he's still not got back in his van, so I will go back to the questions for TAJ afterwards. Nostalgia Music Lover is sad about Botany Bay. Now, for those of you who don't know, there was an old-fashioned penny arcade museum at Botany Bay, and sadly, it's going to be closing down. But the good news is it's moving elsewhere, as far as I remember. I'm not quite sure where it's going because I don't know the area, but it's not being scrapped or sold off, so it will still be around. But anyway. Jamster said hello. And Simpsons Clips asked if he was late. Well, it's all right because our guest is late as well, so we're fine. Callum said, were there any space rides that I liked? Well, yeah, I liked space rides. I think some of the older ones I used to find scary when I was a kid. So I did used to get quite scared of space rides. I can remember an Edwin Hall rocket at Bognor Pier, and getting on the rocket and thinking that it was going to take off and fly away. Yeah, it sounds silly, but I was only 5 at the time, and being really quite scared that, you know, that I was never going to be returned to Earth. That was the only thing with rocket rides. A lot of the time, yeah, rocket rides scared me. That was. Well, I think our guest is back.
I'm back. 1 second. Apologies, I'm back.
I'm not sure if the chat's died or people have just stopped writing on there, because we've got 16 viewers, but no one's written on there for ages. So I may have to refresh the page and see what's going on. Let's see. Oh, I've lost the sound now. What's going on? I can't hear you. I don't know what's happened. This is fun. I don't know if I disconnect you. If we found it, we couldn't reconnect, couldn't we? Hold on. Have I muted you? Mute. Unmute. This is very strange. There's no. Can anyone else hear TAJ? I'm not sure if this is. Well, I seem to have muted him altogether now, so this is. I see. Unmuted myself. Okay. What's happened here? I think we may have to disconnect and restart or something. I don't know. Hang on. Can somebody in the chat tell me if you can hear me? Calling out, I sound like I'm calling out to the spirits with Ouija board or something, but can anyone hear me? And can anyone hear TAJ? We get no response at all. The audience dead. This is fun. Oh, I see. Now it's working. They can hear me, but we can't hear you. Oh, flip. Reading me loud and clear, yeah, but where's TAJ gone? We just knew something was going to go wrong with this because this is the first time I've actually had a... Oh, yeah, can hear you again. Can everyone else hear TAJ?
I don't know what happened then. I have no idea what happened then. 1 second. Can you hear me okay now?
I can hear you. I don't know if the live stream itself can hear you.
I can hear you. Well, can you still hear me?
Yes. We can both hear you now. So, well, we can all hear you. Me and the group.
Sorry, I might want to turn the ignition off on the van. Sorry. Again, I apologise. I'm still at work while I'm doing this.
Yes, I just explained to everybody when you got out in the van.
It's a bit crazy, yeah. Cool. Yeah, do you want to give me some quick fire ones?
Yes, I'll give you some quick questions. Most of it's just like, do we like this and do we not like that? So it's.
Oh, I like that. It's an easy one.
Do we like the Amutech Tweenies Doodles ride?
I do, yeah. I prefer that than the rocket purely because there's less of them, and the rocket just seems to be everywhere. It's always been everywhere.
I think Doodles is a nicer design than the rocket as well.
It is, yeah. It is, yeah, definitely, yeah. Definitely.
Do you hate the Amutech trolley cart?
The Amutech what? Sorry, the Amutech.
The Amutech trolley cart.
Just remind me what that one is.
Well, it's like a tram, a 4-seater tram.
Oh,
there's one outside Smugness Pleasure Beach.
Yeah. No. I know. Again, it's just something different. I think back then everyone tried to make something different from everyone else, and it's just another. Yeah, it's just something different, isn't it? I suppose. I wouldn't say I hate it now. It's a big ride, but no, I wouldn't say I hate it now. No. Different.
What noise does the Sky Rider make, asks Callum?
He loves it. The guy loves it. The Sky Rider made the sound that is on the video that I've got on YouTube. That's. I'm pretty sure that is the sound it made. That does seem like the original timer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the sound it made.
Do we know the differences between the OMC V2 and V3 Postman Pack Kiddie rides? I don't.
Yeah, the V2 had more capacity on the board, I believe, to allow. If you notice on some of the Postman Packs, when Northern Leisure obviously took over OMC and etc. I think the V2 have got a bigger capacity on the actual board for the addition of date and time, and also additional voice prompts for advertising Northern Leisure and Kiddie rides. If you notice, some of the later OMC Rosie boards actually promote Northern Leisure and say for Kiddie rides, call, basically marketing, more of a marketing thing on them. So they had a bigger capacity bigger EEPROM capacity to add more sounds and more marketing and more attract marketing while the ride was stationary. So yeah, I think that's the main difference. I could be wrong.
Well, I admit the versions go above my head because I just struggle to remember all the different rides out there without going into V16. What was Central Pier like in Blackpool when I went? Anything different? Kiddie ride wise, no. There were just a couple of Whittaker Brothers rides that I filmed. I I always get the piers mixed up in Blackpool, but no, there was nothing. It was all modern. I don't know. I don't even think Bucky was there when I was there.
South Pier's the one nearest to the pleasure beach, isn't it?
Yes, that must be North Pier, mustn't it?
No, you see, this is where it gets confusing. You've got to remember when you're on, obviously you're at the seaside, you're at the seafront. The pleasure beach is at the south end, and the north end is the opposite end to the pleasure beach. So if you think about it, you're on the sea, you're on the west coast, and obviously going north is going up. So as you follow with the sea on the left hand side, that's going north. I always get confused. So Central Pier is the one that's literally right near the nearest one, not the nearest one to the tower, but nearest one. If you go from the tower towards the pleasure beach, the next one up, before you then get to the pleasure beach in the South Pier. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of.
It's the one where Roy True Brown's always there, South Pier. Good old South Pier.
Hang on. What else have people asked? Are you sure it's okay to drive and talk to us a lot? Are you safe?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Totally hands-free.
The differences between the OMC V2 and V3 Postman Pat. V2 has the start-up sound and opening theme at the same pitch, and V3 has a high-pitched start-up sound and low-pitched theme song.
I think the pitch is changeable. I'm sure it is on both the V2 and the V3. Other than that, I can't. Again,
yeah, but I thought the earlier OMC rides, I was told that the pitch was changeable. But
you see, there's a lot. The thing with these V2s and V3s is there's sometimes not a V2 and a V3. Obviously, with Mitchell timers, there was different versions of the timers, but with Rosie, I can remember them being two. Well, I think there's a new updated version now that they use for like the tractor timers and things like that. So I suppose that is that must be what you could call a V3, but it's like. It's one of those where the board could have been exactly the same, and they just used the updated sound chip on the board. It's one of those. It's obviously when you're a kid and you're looking at the ride, you assume that that's a different version. I know I've like gave different versions of dog scooters, but really, ideally, the dog scooters are mainly the same. It's just obviously they've got different timers in depending on what Mitchells and Johnny Rogers decide to put in when they brought them in for fix and refurbish. It's one of those. It's not always a case of this actual whole new version of the board. The boards are pretty much. I'm sure you can change the pitch on V1 to Amphib. Or all the boards that I've had. I know Richard Pike obviously calls them different names as well, but Rosie 2, Rosie 1, 2, and 3. But yeah, you can change the pitch. I think of all of them. I'm sure you can. I could be wrong. I'm sure you can.
I don't know enough about the refurbishment side to join in.
The OMC boards have got a lot more capabilities than But again, it's such a my big again. I don't not like the OMC boards. I love I've not got a problem with the OMC boards. And again, now I know obviously a way around it to bypass the OMC board and put different timers in. That's even better. But one thing I will say about the OMC boards, especially the Postman Pat, is the Postman Pats were very prone to breaking down because you've got the board sat in the back of a fiberglass van, and when they're outdoors, the hot and cold temperatures of obviously the weather changing day by day causes corrosion on the board. You've constantly got that you're creating an environment around the board, so the board is constantly either cold, hot, cold one day, cold the next day, and it does damage the board over time. So the OMC Postman Pat, for that reason, that is why I've always said I prefer the Mitchell Postman Pat due to the fact that the timer obviously is a lot more enclosed. It's not out in the open in the back of the van, and it's just a lot more. It's just a lot. It lasts a lot longer. It withstands going outside, inside, and everywhere else. Where the OMC one, you'll always find a lot of mute ones, or a lot of damaged ones, or a lot of broken ones because of that. The fact the board was just sat there in the back of the thing. But again, that was OMC's design, not Northern Leisure's design. So obviously, maybe Northern Leisure changed things as they put OMC boards in their newer rides, like Tractor Tom and things like that. Just to get that record straight. If that makes sense. If I start waffling, just tell me.
Yes. I'm interested. I don't know if they are.
I get excited, but yeah, that's.
Yeah, there's a lot more talk about all the different versions of Postman Pats, Richard's voice trumpet, Ben Freeman said hi TAJ, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Very good. Hope you're all okay out there. We're ready for Christmas. It's all about Christmas. Ish. We'll get to it.
Yeah, so Richard's voice trumpet. On the V3, I don't think the pitch can be changed because those ones are the Northern Leisure refurbished ones. So that's where I get confused because some people say they're later Vs. So I can't. I'm not even going to enter into it.
Richard Pike is that clever. I mean, bad answer, guy. He's that clever that obviously he can. I mean, Richard's basically showed me and told me that he can. He's got most of the RG Mitchell chips out of all the old RG Mitchell time as well. He can burn the EPROMs. He can do almost anything. I mean, he knows those rosy boards inside out. So he could change them without really probably the board being a totally different board. It's just obviously he's modified something a slight bit or updated it, and it's one of those. I'm not sure if the flashing of the lights might have something to do with it as well. The flashing, but again, I'm not so sure that the boards are all different boards. It's just obviously the actual program, the EPROMs on the board he puts on, he updates it and just changes something slightly on the program, and it just obviously But again, you guys are so into your kiddie ride, you can tell a difference straight away, which is great, which is awesome.
Which is more than I ever could when I was a kid.
Sometimes you guys are so on it, you're so enthusiastic, you notice things that I wouldn't think you'd normally notice, but yeah, you're really on it. So
I never even noticed the difference between the RG Mitchell and OMC Postman Pats when I was a kid, so that's something to be ashamed of. I recognise the difference between Fireman Sam because obviously there are different characters inside. Because I never rode an RG Mitchell Postman Pat, I never saw the rolling screen inside or anything.
Again, I love the RGM Postman Pat. I just wish that when that came out, it wasn't using the American style back and forward rolling motions. Again, it's not as exciting. Again, to me, I'm not a kid now. I'm 36 years old, something like that. But to me, the rocking back and forward motion, the classic ride rocking motion, especially from the RG Mitchell side of things, is to me always more exciting, better looking, better ride than the sliding back and forward. But again, on the Northern Leisure side of things, the way obviously the Postman Pat rocks back and forward 360, I think that's an even better motion than that's a cracking motion. I love that. Yeah. And that's what makes all these different manufacturers unique. They've all got the different style. Again, I'm still not a massive fan. I wish the Jolly Roger side of things had a bit more movement in it. I think it's very, very limited, that one. I think they could do a lot more with that.
Well, I think the only thing with Jolly Roger is most of their rides move exactly the same. I mean, have they actually got anything out at the moment that has a different movement to the regular movement? I'm not.
Only the
easy swaps.
Yeah, these swaps and the things like
simulators,
that.
Things like that.
Simulators, things. Yeah. Apart from that, it's and again, it's a standard motion. All the belt, I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure the belts are the same size, the cogs are the same size. These are the same mechanism on every single ride, which again, obviously it's cost effective, but I think they could shake it up a little bit. I think with the old RG Mitchell stuff, if you notice some of the old Bambi rides and some of they used to use different size belts and they used to change the cog on the actual motor, and obviously the bigger the cog on the motor, the faster the movement is. Sometimes obviously if the gearbox was further back and if it was two chassis rather than one chassis, you get different motion. So again, just a little bit of a change up. It wouldn't, but I suppose as long the kids that's coming from babies into children now and riding the rides, as long as again, the main thing with the Jolly Roger side of things is.
Well, I think the thing is, there's kids have got most kids have got a narrower period where they actually ride rides. So I suppose by the time the kids have outgrown, I can't put this into words. There'll be a new generation along before they have time to get bored with the same movement again and again.
I've got a question for everyone on the live feed now. My question to everybody on the live feed now is, what was, movement-wise, what was your most exciting ride, past or present, Mitchell's, Jolly Roger, whatever, what was your most exciting ride for the fact that you got on it, you put your money in, and the actual movement actually whoa, it really sort of took you in, you were like really excited, really moved by it. Again, past or present, I don't think it'll be a Jolly Roger one for the simple reason that I think pretty much Jolly Roger have always been the same, unless it seemed different to you when you rode it. It's always seemed the same sort of thing. But to me, just to answer my own question, has got to be, back in the day, in the 1980s, the Danny Dia ride, which I called as a child the Bambi ride. There was a certain number of those that went really, really fast, and the movement was really, really good. And again, looking at things like Robinson Partners, older rides as well, they were really white knuckle, should we say? Yeah, white knuckle. But yeah, question to everyone listening now, and obviously everyone who watches the video after, leave comments in the thing. Let me know what ride you went on as a kid that literally you had to hold on for dear life, and you thought, wow, this is fast. This is, in some cases, scary, maybe. But I'd like to know your answers.
Hang on a minute. Ben Freeman said, "Did I see his question to TAJ?" I only saw where you asked him how he was feeling. I did ask that. But I haven't seen any other questions. Hang on a minute. Ethan says Richard Pike told him that rides like Buzz the Quad have a 103.2 Rosie board, but that means nothing to me. So
again, I think it's the same standard Rosie board, but I think it's just got an updated EEPROM in it. Or again, maybe it might have a few new components on for maybe noise reduction.
Listen to the expert.
Something like that. But yeah, I mean, I believe I know there's at least two boards, but again. I suppose the difference obviously in the boards would be is obviously the sound. Obviously, the newer the ride, like the Buzz the Quad, things like that. Obviously, the more sound and the better quality sound it would be off the board. So they'd have to update the sound processor on the board. So it's probably the sound processor on the boards that get updated. And again, majority of the boards, when you look at all the Rosie boards I've ever seen, they look pretty much the same. There's not much difference. But again, it could just be updated, probably an updated sound processor or updated program EEPROMs, kind of like EC chips.
What else have we got on here? Simpsons Clip said, "Would you have liked to have seen kiddie rides based on more obscure cartoons like Phantom Cat?" I think the thing is there were, I suppose until Postman Pat, there weren't really that many, licensed rides based on cartoons at all. So yeah, I mean, I'd like to see any kiddie rides of any description. But
I will go on record to say I would like to see personally, though I'm not a child, I've got kids. I would like to see more generic animal rides. I know obviously they're not as safe now as I know. Obviously there's Fiberglass horses and things like that. But in general, I'd like to see more trains and maybe some. And then obviously Joey Rogers released a few new, like the Spidero car and things like that. But again, from my personal point of view of sighting rides, and obviously I mainly got Spilsby Amusement Machine rides on site. With those being trains, dumper trucks and things like that, they never seem to grow old. Where I've had things like Bill and Ben, numerous things, apart from Thomas Tanks and Postman Pats, which always do well. Some of the older character rides, once the cartoon's not as popular on TV, or I think it never was as popular in the first place, they take a lot less money. In fact, in some cases,
that's the thing, isn't it? Because character rides have got they've got a sell-by date, haven't they? When the cartoon is no longer popular.
Apart from Thomas Tank, Postman Pat, and yeah, they seem to But again,
I mean, I know they do. Of course, they bring kids' programs back, don't they? Like Bob's Builder, I suppose. They've re-released it. So, but it goes past its heyday, and then it's not as popular anymore. So.
I've not seen many Bob the Builders this week. It's plenty.
Today.
That's a joke. Yeah, that's a joke.
Callum asks, do you remember the RGM helicopter that went up and down?
How what, sorry?
The RG Mitchell helicopter that went up and down, do you remember it?
Yeah, again, seen the ones on eBay, and I can vaguely remember that minicopter. I can't think where I ever saw it. As regards to helicopters going up and down, it was always, for me, seeing a lot of the Rondina helicopter was everywhere. And I think, would you say that Mitchell's probably copied that concept? Or do you think the Mitchell's copter came out before? No, I
can't remember. I'm trying to remember when the Mitchell one came out. Actually, I should have all the release dates here, and I haven't got it to hand. So. I know it was early 80s, I think. So yeah, it must have been after the Rondina one. Yeah.
I mean, again, when we were kids, especially obviously I'm a bit older, Rondina helicopters were everywhere. the minicopters.
Well, Ronda in the helicopter was still everywhere when I was a kid, but
Yeah.
there weren't so many of the Mitchell. I think I only ever saw 2 or 3 of the Mitchell ones.
I think I've seen one, but I can't pinpoint where I saw it. I've probably seen more of the RG New Army helicopter put down ones.
So I only ever saw 2 of them. But...
Yeah. You see a few pics out of those, yeah. Good rides, good rides. Different concept, good ride. Again, people like, well, you know, all the import, all the different countries obviously bringing out the hydraulic sort of stuff and the things going in the air. And again, it spruces things up. And I think that, I know obviously there's a lot of things now, a lot of issues with health and safety, but I think that the UK, not mentioning any names, I think we could do more, make more rides like that, and just change things around a bit and just be a bit more, you know.
Yeah. I think the world's gone health and safety mad, and so it's all exactly the same now. So just to stay on the safe side.
Sticking with what they know, aren't they? I think of it, but yeah. Again, which is again, kids probably won't notice much of the difference, but to us and a few of the people that's on the live feed today who's seen different things in the past, it might long for those returns to up and down and around things, sort of thing.
Yeah, well, Jack Hall reminded us that the Jolly Roger roundabouts have different movement to the regular rocking back, well, hardly rocking backwards and forwards ones, but yeah, again, you see, carousels are it's again something that they all stick to be safe, isn't it? So
yeah.
You don't get animals even on carousels anymore. It's all.
No. And again, you notice a big thing that came into play in the especially with Jolly Roger sort of carousel things, is the soft start. You notice a lot of the carousels now they've got to have the soft start feature, which obviously starts the ride slowly. With the Whittaker Brothers ones, it was literally as soon as the coin dropped, the ride set off. As you'll see with the video when I put it online, it's a cracking little roundabout, that is.
Yeah. Oh, now we're getting into all the comments about what the most exciting movement was of rides. Not a Spartan said Edwin Hall's movement was his favourite.
Yeah.
Thomas and Tugs man said the RG Mitchell Big Thomas. Jamster YT, a Silver Horse in Skegness.
Silver Horse in Skegness, could that be the one outside of the Villager maybe? Or was it actually in Inglemells, or was it actually in Skegness itself, or was it in Chapel? Because we found a few, haven't we? We found a few of the horses. Or could it be the one in Tommy's as well? That's quite a good one.
Yeah.
Down, that's pretty good, yeah.
Richard the Voice Trumpet, my favourite rides are the ones by OMC Electronics. I rode the Postman Pat one in Slovakia. It was the version 1, the ending theme was at a normal pitch, but the jest button didn't work. Jack Hall loves the Northern Leisure Afterburners movement. The Thomas and Tugs man asked, does TAJ know more about the Tugs Kiddie ride? Well, I couldn't answer the question about it. I couldn't remember what the story it was.
Tugs Kiddie, just remind me, what ride's the Tugs Kiddie ride?
Well, it's based on the Tugs. It's based on the Tugs TV series. It was manufactured by Whittaker Brothers, but I can't. It was under license for a different amusement company, but I can't remember who the company were. I only ever saw one. There was one in Bridlington when I was a kid. But
it rings a bell. I can't remember seeing one now.
It's a bit sad that they're going to make a whole range of Tugs Kiddie rides, but obviously the first one they never made any more. Yeah. That's what I remember about it.
It's not cost effective. It's not good, is it? Unfortunately, sad.
So, Harry's just found out that his wisdom teeth are coming through. Well, I sympathise with you, Harry, because I've got the same problem. They're just coming through very late with me.
It means you're wiser. It means you're getting wiser.
Hopefully, I'm not wise enough as it is. So, I need some more wisdom, and that's everybody who gets wisdom teeth. That's the good bit, because you get wisdom. Yes,
the only good bit.
What else? Ben says he thought you were going to answer his question. I don't know. I'm not sure what question you asked. That was if you can tell me what your question was.
Fire away, Ben. Fire away again. Yeah. Let's get it. Still here, look. Still here.
Yeah, you're just in the darkness all the time, so we don't know your
sorry.
name. So.
We'll get one in daylight soon, so we can see him.
Harry says he has an interest in pan amusement shooting galleries. He saw a Scarface one in Blackpool Central Pier. I don't remember seeing that. Obviously, I don't think I saw much when I was in Blackpool because I was just racing around trying to film as many rides as possible.
I miss you, I think. Well, quick question to everybody watching as well. If anybody finds a Williams Falgas clown, please ring me night or day, 24/7. I need to know. I need a Falgas clown in my life.
I have to post a picture of it all over the live stream so they know what it looks like.
I think we found one near where Desiree lives, but we're not.
Don't know if they'll sell it yet. So. Why does the RG Mitchell Big Thomas have different pictures than the V1 and V2? I can't. Oh, on the buttons.
Oh, on the light display.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Are they got the same sound effects as well? I'm trying to think now. There's a Fat Control, isn't there? On one of them, I think. Fat Control.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fat Control,
the big
Thomas, Percy, and James, isn't it? Not in that sequence.
Yeah, but are they two different ones for the? I think there's two different ones for the other RG Mitchell Thomas as well. I believe one of them's got more of a basic whistle sound. I think. Is the Big Thomas got the actual? I can't. Again, it's been ages since I've the Big Thomas. I've not seen one for ages. I know the smaller Thomas has got the. Is that the Fat Controller, the whistle, something else?
Yeah, it's because you get the Fat Controller saying you're a really useful engine.
Yeah.
Then there's the Thomas button. I need you to help the other engines, and then there's a whistle and the puff of steam, isn't there? So yes, I can still see your messages, Simpsons clips.
You guys see them more than us. We again. I sometimes I don't take as much notice of the inside. Sometimes. Yeah.
I think the thing is, when I was a kid, there were so many different rides around. I didn't really take enough notice of individual rides because it's always, sitting on the next different horse or whatever. So. Yeah. You did ride a few rides when you was a kid, didn't you, Desiree? Just a few. Yeah, just about 2,000 or something. Hang on. Oh, Ben asked what your favourite ride of all time is.
I'm still sticking with. I've got a reason and story behind this. I'm still sticking with the MKC Humpty Dumpty, which is my profile picture on my YouTube. Simply because when I was a kid, the first big dream I ever had was to have an MKC Humpty Dumpty taken from Skegness, put outside my house, and charge kids to ride it. Well, mainly me ride it as well. But yeah, I literally saw it. I still can't confirm if I actually ever rode it, but I fell from seeing it just this one day when my granddad was very poorly and I was walking the seafront. I fell in love with it, and that really sort of sparked everything off with kiddie rides. Just seeing that ride, such a big thing, and obviously it turned around and gave you a prize. It was just a whole new concept as regards to just rocking rides. It just blew my mind, captured my imagination, and never looked back since. That's definitely my answer. MKC Humpty Dumpty.
Well, at least you can pinpoint a favourite ride, because whenever they ask me, I can't pinpoint one. So
Yeah, definitely.
I have to say my two horses, don't I?
Yeah.
Otherwise they'd be jealous.
Which we'll get sorted one day. We'll get them refurbished one day. We'll get down to again.
Harry asked if you'd ever seen one of those coin-operated puppet show machines.
Right. Is it the which one are we referring to? We're referring to the ones that's in the
where you get like the Pelham puppets that dance when you put a coin in and they dance to old-fashioned music.
I've seen the ones that there's some at Blackpool, but there's also as well the one that you filmed, which is the blue one, which is actually a Glendale. It's right. It's a Glendale.
Yes.
It's a Glendale. It's the
Glendale place, isn't it?
Glendale Clown, and the story is a guy in Wirral, when Glendale went either out of business or bankrupt or bust or whatever happened. Again, I'm not speculating anything there. A guy purchased all the remaining carcasses and a self-employed guy actually manufactured those ones that's in the Glendale cases, which do the do 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 do, which is Lavender Blue, the song, yeah. So yeah, I've seen those ones, and yeah, quite cool. Very basic design inside, but the basic design actually comes across when you look at the machine. It's quite cool. But yeah, a nice way to, you know. That's why you might never see any of the Glendale clowns, because all the carcasses was turned into puppet shows, which again I've not seen many of. You filmed the one, Desiree, I believe. Is that the one you've seen? The one? Yeah. Again, quite rare then, aren't they? Quite rare.
The silver horse that Sammy mentioned was at Las Vegas Amusements in Skegness. I still can't think what.
Oh yeah, no, I can picture it. Yeah, I think I know which one. Yeah, Las Vegas Amusements would be the arcade that's on the Bottoms Pleasure Beach. So it's literally the one. It faces onto the McDonald's car park. That's Las Vegas, I believe.
Yeah, I know the arcade. I just can't think of the horse in there.
I think it's
maybe unless it's one of those Memo Park ones, like the double pony. Actually, are they Memo Park? Yeah, it's Memo Park, isn't it? No, it's double pony.
I'm not sure if it's still there now, but I have seen a horse there. I can't think. I think it was similar to that sort of hydraulic one that we saw. Not a hydraulic one, but the one where it's sort of like a pneumatic thing where it's got the two poles. Yeah. I think, and it goes. You like shake back and forth. Yeah. Like that.
Right. Richard asked, "Have you ever seen the extremely rare Amitech version of the Bert and Ernie sing-along car?" Yeah, that's that was the one that I filmed in Towin, wasn't it? There was one in Towin.
How rare are they? Have you any ideas how many of those were made at all?
I don't know. I mean, I think obviously that was getting towards the end of copyright rights, getting Amitech to make their rights.
I could be wrong, but I do believe Jolly Roger, last time I went, had one of those next to a Sesame Street. What was the? Is it the Grinch? Not the Grinch. Oh, what's it called?
The one in the, what's his name?
Trash can guy. Yeah. Not the Grinch, the Gudge, not the Gudge. Grouch.
Yeah. I think so.
I'm sure, I could be wrong, I'm sure there's a Bert and Ernie car and the Sesame Street Grouch thing next to each other upstairs in the, I call it the storage area upstairs, the top level of the factory, right at the top. I'm sure there's one up there, all dusty, all wrapped in cellophane. I could be wrong, I'm sure there's one up there. So if you want to see one in the flesh, if you ever get a chance to go to Jolly Roger Factory, if you ask to go upstairs, I'm sure there's still one up there.
Jack Williams asked, "Do you think that there should have been kiddie rides based on bits and bobs and come outside? Nearly everyone would remember those programs." I'd quite like to come outside, right? Because I liked it when I was a kid.
Oh, come outside! Oh, yeah.
Nice sort of playing with Pippin in or something. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Why are you in the dark? I think that's quite obvious. You're in your van. That's why you're in the dark.
Yeah, driving, I'm afraid. Sorry. I'm all legal. It's okay. Don't worry about me. I'm all legal. Yeah.
He's watching the road. That's why it's in the dark. Do you like the Sesame Street Big Bird train ride?
Is that fun to learn?
Well, originally, yeah, it was made by, again, it's a copyright rights one that was originally made by, was it Basco or Amitech? I'm showing my knowledge here. Yeah, it's a green train with Big Bird in it, and got.
So what's it? So there was again. I could be wrong. I've got a. Oh no, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Barney. I know Barney.
Yeah, well, that's completely functional, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Amitech version of the Bert and Ernie sing-along car has the rectangular Amitech start button and only one push button, while the Fun to Learn version has 3 push buttons and a round Fun to Learn start button. You see, they notice so many little details that I don't.
Yeah, the Fun to Learn standard was always 2 or 3 push buttons and a round start button. The round start button was always the green one, wasn't it? Green one with red writing. I believe I've actually got a box full of those. I don't know why. I've not scrapped a box full of rides. I've got a box full. I think I know why. I had a lot of the Gatso cam cars, and I actually changed. I took the again. There was a big problem with those where the printers inside. I bought a job lot of the Gatso cam cars, and the printers inside. The ink cartridges you couldn't get hold of anymore, or couldn't seem to get hold of anymore. You couldn't get hold of the paper either. Well, the paper was probably easier to get hold of than the ink, but the ink was definitely a no-go. So we actually took all the Gatso cam cars apart, and I replaced the timers in the Gatso cam cars with a sort of standard car with sort of horns and things like that, and put multicolored buttons in. So there's a lot of red and green cam cars on their own, just on their own. But again, they've got the full movement, and we've taken obviously the sounds have all gone from the Gatso cam car. They're now a general sort of car, quite a nice car, either System 2 or System 2001, something like that. Again, depending on what we had at the time, we've refurbished a lot of those, so you will see those knocking about on eBay and things like that, and they're mainly done by me. Apologies for not keeping the camera on, but you can't do it.
Well, again, to be honest, even when they try and keep the cameras on, that seems to be the first bit that packs up. So
yeah. If run out of ink, and the thing is, if when those rides were like on Photo.me sites and they didn't get attended to regularly, if they got really hammered and there was used quite a lot, obviously every ride's and again, I think you're dealing with something with a printer inside. Basically, the print is a normal sort of, well, I say normal, an obscure. I think it was a Canon photocopier printer inside the head. So again, when you're dealing with things like that, there's more things to go wrong. So yeah, good idea though. I like the Gatso cam car and the and stuff. Good idea.
Apparently designed after Ashley Herring got his license removed for speeding. That was the reason that he designed that. So.
Right, I never knew that.
Learn something new every day. The character in Sesame Street is Oscar the Grouch. Should have remembered that.
Oscar the Grouch, that's it. Yeah.
It's so obvious when you hear it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you seen a Zoltar machine before?
Yes. Again, obviously they're not the original one that was on the film back in the day. They're obviously like a remake of them. Yeah. There's one at Skegness, I believe, still, as you walk onto the Pleasure Beach from the right-hand side. If you enter the Pleasure Beach,
I do remember seeing it then.
Yeah. Nice big sort of kept same sort of original design, but yeah, like a remake of it. Yeah.
Not the right one for big.
Not Tom Hanks's one, no. Good film.
Well, I know the musical version, of course.
Never seen that one.
Well, my original audition songs from it, so that's what it always reminds me of. It's Zoltar. So.
Cool.
What rides did indoor markets have when I was a kid? I actually can't remember many rides in indoor markets unless I went to places like Blackpool. I think that was where I used to see the Spilsby amusement machine rides in markets.
Yeah, see, I've got three markets at Bradford, and again, obviously, I've got 15 Spilsby amusement machines distributed on 3 markets there, and also there in Bradford, they've also got NG Benji's and Bananas and Pyjamas, Fun to Learn, and Cliff of the Big Red Dog, and also Tots TV ride. And they're all operated by Videotronics in Bradford. So. I still need to
film a Tots TV, right? So that's got to be.
I will. The next time I go, I need to make sure I go in empty when I've got more time. I'm so stuck for time. I will go one day in empty and I've plenty of time, and I'll video every single ride that's there. That's not definitely. So, just the time. But yeah, there's quite a few bits and bobs there, and again, quite rarely. Quite unusual. There's some other builder rides there as well. One of each.
Oh yeah, but you see, you can't say there's one of each. People get too excited because we're still looking for the photo options too.
I think one of these is the photo option. I'm not sure.
I still haven't seen that one. That's the one I still need to.
What photo option for scoop or rolling?
Well, I haven't seen. I didn't. Is there a photo option rolling? I haven't seen either of them then.
I think I've seen. I'm trying to think. Could be wrong. I think I've seen. I think I've seen one. Oh, they've got a photo option. They've got the video option of Noddy and little thingy bear inside as well. A little tiny video one, little screen. What is it? Noddy and what's the little bear called? Is it Tipsy Bear? Tiddly Bear?
No, it's a Tubby Bear, isn't it? It's the girl, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm useless with all these kids' characters. You see,
I'm sure everyone's watching now. They'll be able to correct us straight away.
I know they hate me because I don't know all these kids' characters are. Do you like the Amutech Rosie and Jim ride? Well, the only time we tried to film one, it didn't. The screen didn't work.
Let me just. Right, I'm just thinking back. The Amutech one is.
That's the one at Smith's Arcade. Well, there's two different ones. There's the one with the video option, and there's the peekaboo version, which I still haven't found to film. So.
Is that the one with the puppets inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the OMC one. The OMC ones are more basic.
Yeah,
the OMC. One. Yeah, the OMC is not the with obviously the three standard buttons. Yeah.
See, I've got more nostalgia for the OMC one because that's obviously what I used to have when I was a kid. And again, I never really, noticed the Amutech one come out because it was just a Rosie and Jim ride to me. So.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But no, I do like the Amutech one definitely. Prefer that one. Prefer that one more than the OMC one. Sorry.
A is for Awesome says, did you know Northern Leisure is making a PJ Masks kiddie ride? Is it Northern Leisure? I thought one of the Italian companies had already made a PJ Masks kiddie ride. So I don't know about that. I know they've announced. I know they've been showing photographs on their Instagram of whatever their new ride is. But I don't know. I thought their next ride was going to be either Dora the Explorer or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But I'm not sure.
I've got a quick question for everyone. I think I know the answer because obviously we've already gone over this earlier on. But just a quick survey: do people prefer the R.G. Mitchell postman pack then, or the OMC one? I think I know what the answer's going to be. But
how about the Fun to Learn?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Go on then.
Does that go in the survey?
Yeah. Go on. Fun to Learn one as well. Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, which is your favourite postman pack ride between the OMC?
I think everybody, and again, I can't.
Fun to Learn.
And again, for the movement, I can't blame it. I was never a massive fan of the Rolling Road anyway, so the Rolling Road didn't really have much to the ride. But yeah, I think it'll be the OMC one. I'm 99% sure everyone on here will probably go with the OMC one, which is fair play. It's the original one, the best.
Simpsons Clip said he saw an R.G. Mitchell ride at the Tropicana Pleasure Beach in Western Supermare. Am I aware of that one? Well, I actually haven't been ride hunting in Western Supermare, so I didn't know there was one there.
I went past recently, but just literally went past a couple times ago.
Yeah, I haven't been down that way since I was a kid. Well, we went there, but the pier had just closed, so I didn't get on there. I know there's a load of Whittaker Brothers rides down there. But...
Got to love the budgie. Got to love budgie.
Oh, did I know that they've brought back no MC Electronics Paddington Bear car at the Weymouth Pier? No, I didn't know that. I need to be making notes of this and new places to go and film rides.
How far away is that from you, Desiree? Is it quite near you, or is it?
It's quite away. I mean, it's like two and a half hours.
But again, quite a rare ride.
It's doable for an OMC ride, but I haven't seen for years. It was Tessie Bear. How could we?
Tessie Bear. That's the one. Thanks, guys.
What rides did Co-op have when I was a kid? I don't remember. In my era, I don't remember Co-op ever having rides.
In my era, because I'm a lot older, unfortunately. In my era, it was again. That's the first place I saw the R.G. Mitchell Spacewalker / astronaut, and it was things like Bambi. Oh, Danny the Deer ride. I think I can also remember a Jumbo the Elephant. And I believe as well, we work with RGM Expresses, but definitely the astronaut, and obviously a bit later on, budget helicopter as well. if I think my local one had a budget helicopter in, and when Morrison's took over, when it sent to Morrison, the budget helicopter was still there sometime. So, yeah.
I don't think we. I think the thing is, our local co-op was always quite small, so I only remember rides at the bigger supermarkets. You know, Safeway had rides, and I don't know.
Wow, that's going back into Safeway. God.
Yeah, Safeway was where I saw my first Richard Scarry Apple Cart and Paddington Taxi.
Again, Richard Scarry. If anyone wants to see one of those in the flesh, we found one, didn't we? We found one at Inglemells, between Chapel and Inglemells, at the garden centre. Remember when I said I went past it? Yeah. I saw it. Yeah, it is working as well. I've not took a video yet. It's not had time, but I will get one eventually. Yeah, that is working. They're getting quite rare. I've not seen any of those, to be fair, for a long time. They get quite rare.
It's all getting rare, I suppose. As I say, it's like, you know, it's 20 years ago, isn't it? And more than that, 23 years ago that was released. Horrifying.
See, our good friend Will Hennessy likes to export rides all over the place, so things do get about, don't they? That's the thing.
Yeah, well, that's it. I think I need to travel the world, go over to America, and I'll probably find more of our rides over there. So.
Possibly.
Ben Freeman had to leave, and I didn't get to say goodbye to him. Hopefully he's still here, because he'll be very upset if we didn't say goodbye to him. So, bye, Ben. Even if you have to come back tomorrow. Anything else?
Don't forget like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, I've got to put the link. I think I've forgotten to put the link to TAJ's YouTube account in the description of this video, but you all know how to search for him in the YouTube box. So, favourite Postman Pat rides: OMC, V1, the RGM one, and the Fun to Learn one. Well, that's covered it all, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Has anyone else said anything about Postman Pat? No one else actually answered us about Postman Pat. Richard said, "What is your least favourite coin acceptor? What's the one that drives you crazy by rejecting the coins the most?"
Least favourite coin acceptor would probably have to be any of the Chinese ones, definitely. Chinese ones seem to a lot of the Chinese rides use what's called a comparable mech, which basically means that it's a plastic fronted mech, front entry, front reject. So you put the coin in the front, and the reject coin comes out the front. And the problem with it is it's a comparable mech. So what happens is you've got a little slot at the top of the mech where you put the coin in, and it just compares. So it compares the size and the thickness of the coin. So it only accepts one type of coin. So it's basically like a mechanical coin mech where it accepts just one type of coin. But it's electronic. It's a 12-volt powered mech. So it's got a 12-volt power supply to it. It compares the coin that's in there, so you can change the price of play just by changing the coin that's sat in the mech. It just compares the coins, and the problem with them is a lot of them build up a lot of them hold the coins in the mech before you have to reject them. Obviously, similar to a mechanical mech, which means it doesn't automatically reject, so it can build up, and coin jam and just make a mess. But they are very cheap to buy, literally like £11 from China. But they're just
obviously for good reason. That's it's quality over quantity or whatever.
Yeah, what you pay for, yeah. They're my least favourite ones, and then obviously multi-mech wise, probably they're all pretty much the same. To be fair, I've had a lot of problems with the. I've had more issues with probably the Mars, which for all you guys obviously that ride the rides, they're the ones that use the black front plate with a little orange reject button on. I have more problems with those. Yeah, I have more problems with those than the coin control C120s and the NRIs. NRIs use the white. NRIs are the ones that's got the NRI on the front, and they've got the white reject button, and the C120s fit on both. Fit on the NRI mecha, NRI plate as well. So yeah, the Mars. The worst. The Mars 330 cash flow series are the ones I have most problems with. But most overall, the Chinese ones, but they are cheap.
Harry Foley asked, "Where's there a good Bob the Builder ride in Essex, like Southend or Clacton?" I filmed.
Find a Tesco. Over on there.
I filmed. There was one at the Happy Drome arcade in Southend, which filmed, and it was working quite well when I filmed it, but that was a couple of years ago. I think there should be plenty of them in Southend. I think Clacton's gone mainly into Italian rides. So there's not. There's no bodybuilder on the pier anymore. I don't think. See, again, I just want to walk past them. That's I know it's the sin to all the bodybuilder fans out there, but I'm always looking for the different stuff. So.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You've gone a bit fuzzy, but.
Yeah, I've just got to put some fuel in. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
I'll literally be 3 minutes, and I'll be back. Don't run away.
Yeah, they're all leaving now because they don't want to talk to me. Yeah, so our guest has left again, so to go and fill up with some petrol. So I don't think there's really any other questions that haven't been asked, is there? Do I like the coin controls? C220 coin acceptor. Well, obviously we can't ask TAJ because he's gone to buy petrol, but yeah, I have less trouble with the fun to learn, what I think of as fun to learn coin acceptor than I do. It is that, what is the name of the coin acceptor that he just mentioned that the Jolly Roger ride use? That's the one that always rejects the coins. I mean, you see so many videos of me struggling to put pound after pound in, and they just drop straight through. It's so annoying. Shane asks, can I come back to Blackpool after Christmas so we can go ride spotting and in Morecambe? Well, I do desperately want to go to Morecambe and also to see those rides that I private messaged you, if you've got any idea where they are. It is just affording the bus fare up there. That's the only thing that's stopping me, because I am struggling to pay off my student debt. So not going down that route at this jolly time of year, but yes, it's did I film the OMC Postman Pat at Hearts Amusements? No, unfortunately I didn't. I was actually going to film it, but there were kids all over it and I had to get back to the coach station to catch my bus. So I ended up just filming. I managed to get the Wall Street's horse there and also the Amutech kiddie coaster, but I even struggled to film the kiddie coaster because kids were just climbing all over everything. So fun carousel at Jackson's Mablethorpe has Ring a Ring of Roses. Well, apparently that carousel's gone now, so, which is really sad because that was one that I hoped to get back to film. What's my favourite ride announcements from Jolly Roger, Amutech or RGM? Probably the old Jolly Roger one where they go insert another coin or press the start button to go. I like that one. But oh, so perhaps the fun carousel's back then if it was there in July. Yeah. July, yeah. Well, I thought it had gone. I thought it had gone last winter, but perhaps they've brought it back again. Perhaps they just put it into storage or something. Because I know they got a lot of new rides at Jackson's in Mablethorpe, but I don't know. I do need to get back to Mablethorpe because when I went to Skegness the year before last, I just didn't really get around Mablethorpe at all. Unfortunately, I think that Singing Kettle Seesaw has gone from the fairground, and I know they've sold, well, they haven't sold it, but they've got the whale, the Jolly Roger whale, up on eBay at the moment. So yeah, so a lot of the stuff I was hoping to get back and film is unfortunately gone. Epic Sax Guy, hello. I wanted to know, what do you think about most popular Italian rides? Like the last one I filmed, the motorway balloon ride. I like some Italian rides. I mean, I must admit, when I was a kid, I was a bit sad when all the Italian rides started replacing all what I called my old friends, you know, all the rides that have been there since I was a kid. But yeah, I mean, I like a lot of the Italian designs. I like a lot of the earlier Kogan stuff, like obviously I like Ranch Cogan, I like Pony Express, because I've got happy memories of all those kinds of things. I mean, obviously things like the hot air balloon came out after I was too big to ride on them, but they've become kind of nostalgic because they're such a familiar sight round our seasides. And yeah. Oh, nostalgia music lover Harry has decided to do a Q&A this weekend, so be sure to ask any questions. He might be talking and face revealing too, so go over to his YouTube account and support him this weekend. A is for awesome, says she likes the press start now RGM message. Yeah, I like that one as well. It's probably my favourite of the RG Mitchell messages. For some reason, it's that Jolly Roger one that I mentioned that comes back to me when I think of myself as a kid. Jamster's mad at himself because he didn't film any rides in Mablethorpe or Whitby. Search for the kettle, but it's gone. Yes, if you look on eBay, they've currently got a couple of rides listed. They did have the Teddy Bear's Picnic listed, but I don't think they managed to sell it. I don't know if they've still got it listed on there, but they've definitely got the whale still on there. And in the background of the photographs of the whale, you can see the singing kettle. So yes, they've taken it off. They've taken it off the site. So I've got a horrible feeling we'll never get to know what that actually did now. So what old RGM rides did Tesco have? Well, I think they had everything, to be honest, if you went all over the country. Yeah, I think... I mean, I can remember kind of the tail end of the 20p RG Mitchell ride still being at Tesco, where you get the veteran van, the tractor, obviously the Skyrider space scooter, the sports racer. I can remember things like that being outside Tesco, but then it obviously all got turned into the multi-mech, Budgie, Jimbo, 4-track. I think we had a Toy Town police car outside our local Tesco at one point. Which ride would I buy for myself before all rides of that kind disappear? Says Richard the voice trumpet. Well, that's hard. My childhood dream was that I was going to start a kiddie ride museum and have one of every example of ride. But as I've said, it's just got out of hand looking at the ride website. The website crashes when I try and work on it because there's just too many rides. So I obviously couldn't do that. I would like to have a ride from every manufacturer. And so at least there was a record of one ride by each manufacturer. So yeah, I don't think there's a specific ride that I would buy so that I had saved an example of it before it disappeared. I'd just like to save all rides, really.
Can you still hear me okay? I'm back.
Yeah, I can hear you. TAJ is back. Can everyone hear him? We wait for an answer.
I'm back. Can you still hear me, yeah? Yep.
Yeah, you're loud and clear now.
Good, cool. That's better. I'm all yours now I'm sorted now. Drop some fuel.
Well, I don't think there were any actual questions that needed to be answered while you were away. It was more about life and Blackpool. What do we think about most popular Italian rides?
I think they're really cool. Again, I think they're pushing the boat and making different things. And I think if it wasn't for a lot of the Italian rides, it'd be very, very boring. I think. Because I say, I went to Butlins recently, and Butlins was just absolutely full of motoy things and coke and stuff. And again, my little daughter loves it to bits. It's awesome. All not just the carousels, but the big horse as well, and obviously they're all fitted with seat belts and nice and safe. And I think we could be doing a lot more in this country rather than importing things in. But again,
it's as I say, it's fear over health and safety, isn't it?
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
But their rides are, the Italian rides, they are nice and safe, and it's but they're very expensive. As I've recently found out to try and buy a few, and yeah, not cheap at all. Wow.
What old RGM rides do you remember at Tesco?
RGM Express was always there. Skyrider. I do remember a couple of C scooters as well. Mainly Skyrider, mainly RGM Express, and I think that's all I can remember from Tesco. For once, I can't remember much else from Tesco.
I don't know when Mitchell got the Tesco.
Oh,
I'm sure.
I think I've seen a couple of Porsches there as well, maybe.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. RGM Porsche. Never. Again, I've had one, but I can never remember seeing many of the black Porsches. Do you ever see many of those black Porsches?
I don't know. I ever saw a black one.
I've had one. I've had one. The cracked seat. I had to fix the seat on it. Yeah, I've had a black Porsche. I've had a black one.
Just the red, white, and cream, I think.
Yeah.
It's a weird pale green one, but I can't remember where that was.
I think I've seen a green one as well, but oh god. I've definitely seen the one black one, which I thought was quite unusual. I'm not sure what that was for.
Oh, a nice controversial question for you here. What's your opinion on Clearhill?
Clearhill. Right, Clearhill. So let me get right. They're the operators that's now got. They've got Aston, haven't they? I think Aston.
They've got most of Aston. A few are still Photo Me.
Again, all the Asdens that I've seen. Again, I've not been to many. There's not been too many Asdens around where we are, to be honest with you. But all the Asdens I've seen, they've got. Right, my opinion of them is. Again, this is just me as a customer with a little girl. Every time I've been to Asda, a lot of the time I've seen the ride out of order. And it seems to be out of order for a long time. Every time I've seen Northern Legend ride out of order, it's very, very rare I do, and it's dealt with pretty fast. And same with the Photo Me stuff. So I'm not sure. I'm not saying, yeah. But again, they have. Every time I've seen Clearhill rides, Clearhill on Clearhill sites, they've used different things like Italian things and Kogan things. It's nice to see that different stuff. It's nice to have something different. Because again, there was a period of time recently where Tesco's had 4 rides and it was always above the builder next to 3 other things, and it seemed to stay the same for a long, long time. So yeah, it's nice to have something. Yeah, my opinion is probably I think I've seen a lot. I'm not trying to say they don't get out straight away, but I've seen a lot that's needed that's out of order. And it seems the same ones time and again out of order. But again, that could be why. That could be using the Italian things. I'm not sure.
I think the thing is, I like Clearhill because they obviously have a range of different rides. Where Photo Me only has the Jolly Roger stuff really now.
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm always looking for Clearhill and ride on entertainment sites because there's different rides to film. But yeah, I do think that often Clearhill stuff doesn't work. So not. But then, having said that, a lot of the Photo Me stuff down here is left for a long time before it's sorted out.
Not good. Not good. Not good for you guys. The lights off.
I think we get neglected in London.
Which it shouldn't be. It's the capital city. Everything it should be. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, but I suppose it's because everyone's based up north, isn't it? So. Yeah,
true. You see a lot. You see, Jolly Roger at Skegness. I can vouch for this. When I was I worked there. Everything that came off any side from all around the UK always went to be scrapped at Skegness factory all the time. When I say scrapped, I mean either stripped down for parts or refurbished and sold on. It always came there. That was like the main head. Jolly Roger rides in. Skegness is the main place for, and all not just the rides, all the photo booths. Literally, if you go to the Jolly Roger factory, if there's not a line of about 30 photo booths being refurbished or whatever, or scrapped or whatever, you're in the wrong place. Always a million and one photo booth, all lined up. So yeah, it's everything has to go up north, doesn't it? Or north, so I say northeast, East Midlands.
Have you ever seen the ultra rare Bathco Skyrider ride?
Bathco.
Not the RGM one.
Bathco what? Sorry, what?
Skyrider. It's like a sit-on blue rocket with a gun on the front.
I vaguely remember one from back in the back when I was a kid, but
I only ever saw one outside a pub somewhere, so that's sad. It was very rare.
It's not one of their latest things, though, was it? It was one of the earlier things, I think, wasn't it? I'm sure it was.
I don't actually know when it was released. I need to look into that. I don't know. It's one of their futuristic range. It might be later. It might be when they release that white astronaut. I'm not sure.
Yeah, again, rare rides, but again, as we've seen recently on Facebook with the guy from, was it Canada? They're rare tours in this country now because, again, mass export. These rides are still alive and well somewhere. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, so I think Nigel said to me that all the rides from Amitech, like literally, like something like 20% of all Amitech rides went to the USA back in the day, and obviously more have gone there since.
Yeah, it's
need to get over there and look for rides.
I can see us turning up in America somewhere, just going into one random state and literally being bombarded with MKC and Amitech and Bafco and all the old RGM stuff, and it'd be like paradise.
Yeah, I remember being over there and being in the mall in Salt Lake City, and there were just like 10 or 12 vintage Bafco and Amitech rides because there wasn't filming back then.
So that's where they are. Because again, we see so little Bafco things left, apart from Magic Roundabouts, which again is still quite common because they're a great.
Well, again, I suppose that's because it wasn't actually a Bafco ride. Probably it's because they were made for copyright rides.
Yeah, true. Again, I told you the other week I've actually seen. I'm not saying it's the original mold. There could be so many molds. I've actually seen the molds to the Magic Roundabout carousel in a place in Bolsover called Moldability. And you've got the mold sat there. I'm not sure if you can use them or not, because obviously the copyright rides or whoever's got the copyright for them, but they are still alive and well. And there they are, sat there. But yeah, you don't see many Bafco rides. You see, that's why you see all the Bafco rides have all gone abroad. It's a shame. So if you do see them, you've got to snap them up.
Is there seriously going to be a Dora and TMNT ride from Northern Leisure? Well, I'm not working at Northern Leisure, but that's what we were told. I don't know when they got all the Nickelodeon copyrights.
I do love the SpongeBob ride. I think the SpongeBob ride's awesome. Again, it's a shame about the guy passing recently, but that's a cracking ride. I've not heard about that now. I can be seen.
Have you seen the Whittaker Brothers Bumblebee carousel before?
Is that?
It's not actually Whittaker Brothers. It's one that they imported, I think, from China.
Is it the one that it's got like the green, something green over the top of each bumblebee?
I don't know. I think they've got like green leaves on their backs.
Yeah,
red.
I've seen a couple of those. Where have I seen those? There's definitely one at Blackpool, isn't there? I'm sure there is. I've seen one at Blackpool somewhere.
There's one at Livingston, and so I didn't get along there to film it. And then I saw another one in Laysdown, and I wouldn't let me film it there either because the arcade had no photography rule.
I'm sure I've seen one in Blackpool, and I can't think where I've seen another one. I think it might be Bradford in the shop. I think there's one in Bradford in the Kirkgate, not the indoor market, but the actual like precinct shopping mall itself. I'm sure I've seen one there. Yeah, it was that one. I think it was. Yeah. So Kirkgate in Bradford. But yeah, I've never seen a couple of those. Yeah, nice rides.
Harry's asking me to identify the famous person in his profile pic, but I know you can't see the live chat. I'm sure you can guess. I'm sure you can guess what famous person Harry's got in his profile picture. Though.
Whether he's dead or alive, yeah.
UK seems to be producing the most rides, at least the most good ones anyway. I don't know that we're producing the most rides nowadays. I mean, we definitely used to. But...
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, all we've got left now really is Jolly Roger and Northern Leisure, isn't it?
And again, let's say I'd say we're probably importing probably if not more than we're actually making. I think. I don't know. Again, what's the latest thing from Jolly Roger at the moment? It's the Bing, the bunny thing.
Yeah.
But again, I've seen it again. I think it was when I was working there in 2012 or 13. Will was trying out with PC and he was trying out an easy swap. Again, I don't think it's ever been released yet. An easy swap vintage car with a game on the actual screen to actually play the game, rather than just obviously be a simulator. It was like a Taiwan sort of game, quite a cool little game. And he was also doing the again, it's not been released. He's also trialing a massive fiberglass iPhone that projects the game on the floor. He actually uses his feet to play the game, which is quite cool. But again, never got any further than sort of prototypes. But yeah, I don't know. I'd say we're importing probably more than we're making. I think now on the right side of things.
Well, Clear Hill are unpopular because apparently they've said the Bob the Builder and Postman Pat are outdated, which is why they won't cite those rides anymore. I
wouldn't even say that.
I know we were saying about character rides earlier, but I would think those two character rides that would still be popular.
You see, they are with avid Bob Builder fans. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, would a kid that's younger, a next generation kid, find Bob? Well, I don't know if Bob Builder still.
There's a new Bob the Builder series, isn't there? But I think it's completely different because it's CGI animation.
I think Clear Hill mean by saying that. I think they're more inclined to mean it than saying that. Well, if I was Clear, I'd be saying I won't be citing them everywhere. You can't. I know, obviously, you guys love the Bob Builders to bits, but as a money, obviously they're thinking as a business point of view. There's so many Bob Builders everywhere, but again, my little girl, even though she's only like 2 years old, she's still out of a Lightning McQueen and a Bob the Builder. She went straight for Bob the Builder. It's just that it does captivate kids then straight away. But there is, in my opinion, we've been unpopular. There is a few too many Bob the Builders. Again, it was made in such mass by Jolly Roger back in the early 2000s that it's everywhere.
Well, I think that's how I felt about Postman Pat back when I was a kid, because that was what was everywhere, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the rides themselves. It's just that they took over everything else, so it gets boring quickly. And Harry, speaking of bored, Harry says he's bored, but he's not leaving. So that's flattering, isn't it?
I'm sorry, you're bored, Harry. I'll try and take you more.
Be more exciting.
Is that Harry Henshaw?
Yes. I don't know if he appreciates his surname being pulled out on YouTube, you say. He wished that he could start filming kiddie rides, but they're just so hard to film and they're for me. Anyway, a child will sit on it during filming. Oh, I've had enough trouble with that, the amount of money I've lost climbing on rides when I'm filming them.
One thing I like about Harry, Mr. Harry, he's so honest. The guy is honest. He tells you just how it is. He doesn't hold anything back. Harry, that's good. It's a good characteristic to have.
Richard's leaving now. He's got to go off because it's late. So in Slovakia.
Oh, thanks for joining, Richard.
Yeah. So bye, Richard. It's nice to have people watching us all over the world, though, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, wow. It's yeah. Parts of Europe.
Oh, now not a Spartan says we need jokes. I think we're starting to bore them. I think it's time to leave. Why did the cow cross the road? So he could go to the movies.
Who said that one? Is that one of yours, or is that someone that's put that?
That was what Not a Spartan wrote in that chat. He's trying to liven up Harry's life, you see.
All my jokes would be a bit too, a bit too obscure, I'm afraid. I can do impressions. I can do ride impressions. I can do I can do a track sound impressions. I'm gonna do one right now, and you've got to tell me what version it is. You ready?
Okay.
Here we go. When you're ready, press the start button. What timer? What ride is that? What ride is that on? Off. I do love that one.
We'll wait and see if anyone actually answers. At the moment, we're just getting people saying, "Can I read their chat messages?"
And my favourite one: press start now.
Demanding, yes.
Yeah, very demanding, right?
It's bot on RGM.
Yes, that's the one. I think. Yes. Come on, climb aboard and let's head to the sky.
Oh, we're getting more bad jokes in the chat now.
Oh, come on, give me some. Explain me now.
I ate a ploughman's lunch the other day. He wasn't very happy.
I like it.
Harry wishes to meet us, guys, in the summer next year. It'll be fun discovering old rides. He can imagine himself trying to ride one.
Where is Harry based? Is he London?
It's Lancashire, I think.
Lancashire? I'm actually driving right past you now, Harry. I'm in Lancashire now. Whereabouts in Lancashire is it? Whereabouts we...
Is it Preston? I'm probably giving out too much information. He'll hate me for it.
Harry, I'm not far away. I'm not too far away. One day
You've got your stalker now, you see, going past your house.
Yeah. It's all good up north. It's all good.
Well, Joshua Wilkins says hello to us. Yes, I was right. Harry lives in Preston.
Yeah, excellent. Northman.
Yeah.
Watch out, here I come.
Yeah. I think we've more or less covered everybody's questions now, anyway. So.
Cool. No worries.
Joshua says he's a comedian, so I think we'll be expecting some more jokes in a minute. No, we're getting more from North Spartan now. What do you call a kangaroo and a sheep combined? A woolly jumper. An old one, but a good one.
Yeah. Old one's the best. That's good. I'm impressed. I can't think of any jokes that aren't. I can't think of any jokes
that are family friendly.
Yeah, that's that. PG, right? PG and below. Yeah, you rate.
What noise did the sea scooter make? That's not a joke.
No, it's not. Is that Callum?
Yeah.
He's being serious. Callum is being serious. Aren't you, Callum? You see, the sea scooter I've got, or the one I had that I've sold on recently, was at a time when that played. Well, it was System 2001 that played very, very cool space sounds and like aliens attacking and bits and bobs. I didn't take a video. I didn't take a video. I've got the ride coming back to me, so I will take a video of it. But yeah, very cool. And the track sound was aliens attacking. It's quite good.
Yeah, I remember listening to that.
Yeah, pretty cool. Other than that, probably just I don't think. I can't remember what an original sea scooter actually made. I think every time you film one, every time I've seen one, they've always been mute. So I'm not sure. I think probably. I won't say a melody. I'd say probably just like probably exactly the same as a Skyrider. I'd say. Probably
that alarm sound where it goes. I can't.
Yeah.
I think it did that.
Or the. I can't do that either. But yeah, you know what I mean. The other side.
So annoying because there used to be one of them literally at the top of the road where I live now. And, yeah, I can't remember what noise it made. So. Yeah. Do you remember Big Mouth Billy Bass, the fish on the pack that sang and spoke to you?
Yeah. What song does he sing? I used to have one years back.
I have one as well, but my one broke, so we got rid of it. So.
Did he sing? Rock Around the Clock? No?
I don't know. Someone else said it said Take Me to the River. I don't know. There were lots of different ones. I know Harry collects them, you see. So it's,
all right.
So he's always interested to know what versions we remember. I remember there was one Trevor the Rainbow Trout or something, which is one I always wanted, but we never had one of them. I had one that was passed down to me by my uncle. So. It was the ordinary one.
So let's have a free fall and ask me any question about cartoons. Do cartoons as well. Good cartoons.
They'll probably want you to draw one now.
Can't draw. I can do very bad voice impressions, but I can't draw.
We're just getting lots and lots of jokes now. I can't even be bothered with reading them. You know? I'll do the mayonnaise to the fridge. Close the door. I'm dressing. Oh, and yeah, the original Big Mouth Billy Bass sang "Take Me to the River" and "Don't Worry, Be Happy." I should remember that.
Ah, "Don't Worry, Be Happy." That's what I had that one. I had that one. Here's a little song I wrote. That one. That's the one I had.
Yeah. Which R.G. Mitchell Thomas announcement do you prefer? Set them off now. I think it is. My favourite is "Press Start Now," which I know is the rare one. But
yeah.
it's just so bossy, you know. Not "Please insert a coin." Press start now.
Or the "Please push the start button." Like you've got all the time in the world. Yeah, I think I prefer the "Please push the start." That always reminds me of Alpha Tense. Is it you?
Yeah.
Please push the start button. A is for aeroplane. What's sound? Yeah, Alpha Tense. Yeah, classic one. Yeah, that's my favourite one. Everyone says Mrs. Mitchell. Was it really Mrs. Mitchell?
Apparently not. No. Apparently none of the Mitchell family ever did any of the.
What, Groundhog Bill? No.
Apparently it was people who worked in the office or their families. That's what I was told.
See, I know the Peter Crow timers. They were made by a guy called Peter Crow. I'm not sure about the sounds, but I know all the actual original veteran vans and things like that, and the train timers were made in house. That's what gave Jolly Roger, R.G. Mitchell, the sort of heads up, and then after buying anything, they all made it in house, which is quite cool. I'm not sure where the sounds came from.
Not a Spartan asked, what's your favourite cartoon?
My favourite cartoon, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's not the cartoon. My favourite cartoon of all time has got to be, for loads of different reasons, Thundercats. Thundercats was just ahead of its time. Way ahead of its time.
Probably ahead of their time, I doubt if any of them remember it.
1985 to 1987. And there's a story on YouTube about why they didn't do a movie. They did a Thundercats movie called Thundercats Home. But yeah, Thundercats, without a doubt. And to be fair, as a child, quite a scary thing. Mum Ra, the Ever Living, and the mutants, everything, quite hardcore to be fair. But Thundercats, without a doubt, definitely. The moral of the story is, yeah, awesome.
Jamster's asking if I can read his chat messages from earlier. Which ones have I not read? You see, what I've done, skimmed over their chat, and now they're getting upset that I didn't read certain comments. Was it questions or was there stuff that I missed? I don't know.
Where's Mrs. Jones today?
She's popped in and out, but I think she's gone off again now. So I don't know. She was writing a lot about Clear Hill, but there's no actual questions. So.
Is she not a fan of Clear Hill, or is she a fan?
No, she hates Clear Hill. Amber hates Clear Hill, as do most of the Junkie fans. In fact, her top comment was "hate Clear Hill." And Jamster was saying that Astor recently replaced Alice Newport's rides with photo me ones. So, oh yeah, of course, Clear Hill never got back to Amber about the Bayview rides in Colwyn Bay. So that's why she particularly hates Clear Hill. I wrote to Ride on Entertainment, and they never got back to me saying they don't appreciate their biggest fans, do they?
Yeah.
They don't have the time. I think that's the thing to write back.
Has
Has
anybody on the chat actually been on the Spilsby ride at all? Any of my rides? Anyway? Not my rides.
Has anybody in the chat ever ridden on a Spilsby amusement machines ride? Or are you all too young?
And if they have, what's their view on the helicopter? If they've ever seen a helicopter? I think they're horrible.
Lightning McQueen. I must have missed comments. Oh, why was your Lightning McQueen video only 2 seconds long? I haven't seen this video.
Sure, you should be done. I'm not sure.
Well, it looks like there's an error or something then, because
yeah, you shouldn't. No, it shouldn't have been. I'll look into that. I didn't know about that. I've been so busy. I just literally did it as a time. I'll look into that. Thank you for that. I didn't realise it was like that. It shouldn't be. Why is that?
Yeah, it sounds like it's some kind of YouTube glitch. Sometimes if you're halfway through uploading it and the connection goes, it just uploads the first couple of seconds. I don't know what happens on my videos.
I remember that's what's the better thing, yeah.
And he was saying how he nearly filmed an Archie Mitchell animal rescue at Tesco Extra Grimsby, but it kept spitting out his money. Yeah, well, that's what we were saying about the Photo Me rides, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not a Spartan remembers riding a Spilsby train at his local garden centre. It's sadly shut down now.
Oh, which garden centre was it? Asking.
Do you mind telling us which garden centre that was? You know, I know they don't like revealing their locations, but yeah.
I think I've still got a train at Berkeley. But no, yes, it's a train at Berkeley. What's a tractor?
Shane says that he hopes he can meet up with you after Christmas and go ride spotting.
Is that Shane Henderson? Possibly. Get the time. It's all about time. I do this again. I don't do it on purpose. It's just time. It's just time. Family, work, 2 or 3 jobs. It's just time.
It was Oliver's Garden Centre and Cafe in Chester Street.
Right. Okay.
Jamster remembers riding the Jeep, I presume he said the car. There's no other Spilsby car, is there?
The Renegade Jeep. Yeah.
Oh, Thomas and Tugs. Oh, sorry.
One of mine's on eBay at the moment. I think have you seen the black and white Safari Spilsby Jeep?
Yeah.
That's on the I hand painted it. My fancy work. did it a few years back now. Sold it on I think it's been sold a few times. Maybe it's back on eBay now. It's blue base, orange light lenses, and it's white and black stripes. That is a one of a kind. I painted it.
The Thomas and Tugs man asked, "What is your opinion on Tugs, the TV show?" I actually don't remember it.
I've never seen it.
It's weird. I feel like I should have seen it, but
name rings a bell. Never seen it. Definitely. Does anybody remember Thundercats? That's my question.
Yeah. Does anyone remember Thundercats? They're all too young, you see. They don't remember our TV shows.
Thundercats! Oh! Love it. Awesome.
I think we know the answer to this one. What's the most common ride you have seen ever?
Oh, yeah, Bob the Builder, without a doubt. Followed her.
It's got to be Bob the Builder. I think it's the girls OMC first, and then Bob the Builder took over.
I'll tell you what, I'd say Tweeny Rockets after the Bob Builders, to be fair.
Yeah, Tweeny's Rockets as well.
Yeah.
But Bob the Builder was definitely more annoying than Sweeney's Rocket because it was literally everywhere.
Nah, I think out of the 2 rides, I still prefer Bob the Builder than Tweeny Rocket. I've got a big thing about Tweeny Rocket. I don't like it.
Apparently, there's still a Spilsby train at Everyday News in Exeter.
Oh yes, yes. I think that is one that I sold then.
Well, I think pretty much every Spilsby ride has had some connection to you at some point.
Yeah. That was. It was. I think it was originally cited by the old mathematics. I think he. It broke. Came to me. Fixed it. Sold it to them rather than recite it on a share. So yeah. I believe it's Sped one.
So, Simpsons Clips asked if we like theme park rides as well as kiddie rides.
Love theme parks. Love theme park ride. Again, I'm a big theme park goer. Been on pretty much most of the roller coasters in the UK, and yeah, big on rides. The only thing I've not been on yet, there's obviously new that I've not been on yet, is the I'm going on soon to reopen, which is the new Wicker Man ride at Alton Towers. But again, Alton Towers I've been there 30-40 times with Alton Towers. My favourite theme park has got to be, well, it was until recently. I sort of fell out there a little bit, and that's got to be Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I've just found out now, I'm not sure if it's true, I've seen somewhere that they're getting rid of the Grand National. Is that true?
Yeah, I heard that. I don't know if it's true or not.
Please don't tell me that's true. That will really upset me. That ride has got to be the best wooden roller coaster in the UK by far. Obviously, I've not been on Wicker Man yet, but as far as wooden roller coasters go, the Grand National is just in a league of its own. Yes, you feel like you're going to die. Yes, you're scared for your life. But it's awesome. It's awesome. Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I was very disappointed with them getting rid of the Wild Mouse. The Wild Mouse was an awesome ride. But again, a bit dangerous. A bit life-threatening. But yeah, love theme park rides.
I love theme park rides. I don't have the opportunity to go on as much as I'd like, because I haven't really got anybody in my family who enjoys them, so it's always a bit odd going around on your own. I mean, I'll get on the carousel if I see it somewhere.
Is Joyland in Margate? Is that gone now, Margate?
Dreamland in yes, it's reopened, but to be honest, I'm not that keen on the new Dreamland, because basically they bought a load of like retro and vintage rides, and they left them out. They left a lot of them out to rot, and ended up selling them. They were the ones who had that really rare Edwin Hall, the Fireball XL5, just a toy. They didn't have it on the actual base.
Have you seen the very, very nice looking, definitely refurbished, but kept very original, Edwin Hall Muffin and Mule on eBay right now?
Oh, there's a Muffin Mule on there. I don't know if it's the same one.
Really? It's basically been repainted red. Very, very, very nice. Very good condition.
Yeah, is it the one on the semicircular base? There's one.
Yeah.
It is very nice. But I mean, there's some nice Edwin Hall. There's some nice Edwin Hall rides on there at the moment. They've got the silver that they call Champion that used to be in Dundee on there as well. But they want about £8,000 for it. Definitely not worth that.
No, definitely not. No.
Harry Foley says there's an Archie Mitchell Thomas mini kiddie ride in Brentwood outside the toy shop that's actually owned by the shop and not by Photo-Only.
Oh, right.
So that's your fact for the day.
Which version is it? Is it the small Mitchell Thomas? Is it?
Yeah, mini one.
Yeah. I've actually got in Manchester at the moment where I live. There's a shopping precinct called the Four Seasons. They've got a big Thomas and a little Thomas in the same place. Just one at one end and one's other end. It's quite cool. In fact, to be fair, we've got about 6 rides in there. I think we've got a classic carousel, horse carousel, Johnny Roger, Spide Hero, Bike Hero, the X-Pod, a Santa Claus, I need to film that, Santa Claus, what do we call it? I've got to tell you about that. Santa Claus, Easy Swamp thing.
Yeah.
The sleigh. And yeah. Oh, the Happy Camper, is it? The Happy Camper van, the smiling with the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the only thing with Photo Me is it's literally the same rides. You know, it's just like they copy and paste them to every shopping centre across the UK. That's the. When I say theme park rides, I mean dark rides like Professor Burke's Bubble Works at Chessington. Oh yeah, I remember that very well from when I was a kid. Toyland Tours at Alton Towers. I don't know.
I've not seen that one. Favourite dark ride in the UK, without a doubt, although it seemed a little bit, I think we could do with a bit of a touch-up this year, it's got to be Valhalla at Blackpool Beach. Definitely the best dark ride.
Oh. Sammy says there's a Santa Seesaw at No Filming Amusements in Cleethorpes. Yes, I was going to try and sneakily get a film of it last time I was there, but it wasn't working.
That's on the, is that on the outside bit?
Yeah, it's outside. I hoped the outside ones I could get away with filming, but they weren't working anyway.
Oh, did you try and get stopped, or did you not?
No, it just wasn't working. I put the money in and it didn't work, so then they never called me.
There's a Seesaw Santa on eBay, isn't there? I think as well.
Yeah.
As a teen cup one. What's the story with the kettle one? What's the story with that?
We don't know. It seems to just be a one-off one that I don't know if it was made by Jolly Roger or if someone else put together.
It looks like that cartoon. There's not a cartoon, but like do you remember the children's series called like the singing kettle?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's like that. It's
have you seen a Tweeny's rocket that has the actual Amutech messages and not restored by Jolly Roger?
Yeah, I think I've actually got a couple of Amutech Tweeny timers now. I'm sure. Yeah, I have. Yeah. I've had no end. In fact, I wish now, actually thinking about it, I wish the last Tweeny rocket I had, I've actually kept it, because I've actually got at the moment at home a RGM buggy without the base. The base has been scrapped, I think, by somebody, and I've ended up with it. I bought a job load of rides, and in these job load of rides, there was a lot of spills and stuff, and a few Jolly Roger bits and bobs. There was an RGM buggy with no base. I wish now I'd have kept the Tweeny rocket base and put the buggy on there. So I do realise, again, I've got to think that the buggy obviously reminds me of Alpha 10s and things like that. I really like the buggy. I do really like the buggy, RGM buggy. It's quite cool. But yeah, I've seen that. I've got the got a couple of the time Architect Tweenies. But yeah, I've seen it as well. Yeah.
I think we're going to have to wrap this up in a minute because I think everyone's either getting tired or wanting to leave. So
No worries.
I think we've talked.
Thanks for the questions. Very appreciate it.
Jack Hall's last comment. He thinks he's seen Nebwin Hall rides at Fantasy Island in Weymouth, but he doesn't tend to go on them. It's just too big for him. He loves the OMC Rosie and Jim ride there, but I think it's
if you can next time he's there, please take pictures and let us know.
I remember that there was a panda there when I was a kid. There was definitely a Nebwin panda there. Can't remember what else. Oh, not a Spartan says he's still here. Hello. Yes, hello to you too.
Hi. How many people are left on?
We've got 9 viewers at the moment, but I think everyone's getting tired of our voices. It's all about the no filming arcade in Cleethorpes, and yes, it's very annoying. It's very annoying arcade. I can't stand it because they've got a few rare things in there.
This summer we'll try and get up there. We'll sort that out. I'll have a word with them and try and sweet talk them around.
I did have a word with them, and they were very forceful about it because it's the powers that be that stop the little staff allowing you.
We'll take my little daughter. We'll take her up.
I know they own arcades in Bridlington as well, and they're the same there. They had a terrible go at me because I took a photograph and made me delete it. I'm sure there's far worse things going on in their arcade than a few photographs being taken. Anyway, I think it really is time to wrap this up now, and we've been here for 2 hours, so you know. Time flies when you're having fun.
Hope it's not bored you too much, guys. But yes, I'm saying any questions or anything you want to ask about anything, then sort of say, leave comments, and I'll try and comment on the comments as well. I guess. Well, thanks.
And remember to subscribe to TAJ the Arcade Junkie. I will put the link in the description once this video is published. So.
After Christmas, there'll be lots and lots coming. At the moment, I'm just too busy with stuff. After Christmas, loads of ride videos coming, loads of Spilled rides being refurbished, loads of Spilled rides being sighted, almost 40 altogether. So yeah, lots of stuff. Jolly Roger tractors, some more RGM stuff, loads of stuff coming. So like, share, subscribe, and enjoy.
Yep. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody.
Merry Christmas. Bye.
Bye.